Hi everybody, thanks for stopping by my channel and or however else you might be seeing this video. So what I wanted to go over is cybersecurity in general as far as hardening goes. And so people that are first getting into the cybersecurity world and maybe have a job, they need to harden an environment. And it's like, okay, well, where do you start? What are your guidelines? What are your procedures? So some corporations already have a wonderful, great outline for you to follow and group policies and just everything's all set up for you. But there are some places where you walk in the door and you're quite surprised they don't have any of it yet. Or you're just now walking into that world where they do have it set up and you really don't understand what's going on and or what you're actually doing. So I wanted to go over a couple of the different benchmarks and compliance and toolkits that are available out there for you, that are not only used by lots of different companies and enterprises. Some of these even have they're created and not implemented, but created and designed by the Department of Defense. Where I ran into this, the STIGs, which are specifically DoD benchmarks. I worked for a company where we had certain sensitive government information on our network. So we had to follow every STIG benchmark and have it implemented and be audited on a regular basis. And so that was quite a bit of work. The reason why I'm saying it's quite a bit of work is with the STIGs and CIS, well, at least from my perspective in my lab, there's no real free tool to implement these. You actually have to read their documentation, decipher you expect them, what they want, and then create policies within your company to adhere to that. And some of those might be simple as setting a password reset policy, password complexity, but then it gets down to very, very, very specific audit policies and registry settings and Windows firewall settings. I mean, there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of these different settings. And it's like, okay, well, you don't even know where you're at when you walk in the door and you're like, oh my God, this is crazy. So let's start out. So I'm going to stick with the STIGs to begin with. So I'm going to go over STIGs. I'm going to go over CIS controls. I'm going to go over something called OpenSCAP, SCAP, and try to get you. Oh, there's also the Microsoft Security Compliance Toolkit, which if you're starting out for a company and they really don't have anything set up yet, the Microsoft Security Compliance Toolkit is an awesome stepping stone to move you towards CIS or towards STIG compliance because they have a lot of pre-built utilities already for you as far as group policies and everything else already created. But anyways, first thing I want to do is go into one of the tools they have, and this is free. You can download off their website. It's something called STIG Viewer. So STIG Viewer allows you to you have a little application, install it locally. You run the application, and then you download the different STIGs, and then you view them in this application. So this right here, this screenshot is the application, which I'll open in a second. You can download it for free, and then they're called benchmarks, so you can download the benchmarks for free as well. And what I mean by benchmarks, they'll have one for each operating system, and they might even have one for a specific type of technology. So let's go ahead and open STIG Viewer. Now I've already loaded a couple of them before, but I'm going to say open. And now, of course, I moved all these around. So these I've downloaded, from the DoD website for STIGs. So we're going to look at Windows Server 2019, and it's going to load it. So now then you got your menu on the left, and then you have what you need to do on the right. So must not have Microsoft FTP service installed by the organization. Yada yada yada. So uninstall FTP. So on that one, just have to verify that you don't have FTP installed. That's a simple one. Same thing. Telnet client not allowed to be installed. You shouldn't be using Telnet anyways. You should be using SSH. Here you go. So UAC must virtualize file registry. Blah blah blah. So, and yet again, a lot of these, and the other purpose of these is they explain to you what you need to do. They don't do it for you. They don't give you a group policy to set it, but they do tell you how to implement it, which is phenomenal. But as you can see, there is quite a few things that need to be reviewed and implemented. So this has to be reviewed and implemented on everything.